What is up, my YouTubers, and welcome to Prison Talk Tuesday. All right, so I have a few things to say for my intro first. One, the things I say in this video is not only the things based on my own opinion, but a few others as well. I will not be using names except for a few of my friends that I have made, but this is the raw truth, and so let's begin. What is up, my YouTubers, and welcome to Prison Talk Tuesday. All right, so in today's week, of course, we have more stories. So let's dive right into it, shall we? Let's. All right, so the first topic we're going to have is no school. So, Monday, July 15th, Tuesday, July 16th, Thursday, July 18th, we had no instructor, no vehicles, and the guards that refused to take us. So, what that means is, me and two other people were in this class that you were supposed to go, I can't remember how many days a week. But let's see. First, the guards refused to take us because they didn't feel like, what's it called? Searching the people coming back. They supposedly said that we had no vehicles to ride up to the main campus to go to class. And then the instructor was not there. Our instructor I loved. It was the, I can't remember the class now. I'll remember the class probably later on. Anyways, the instructor for the class was really, really nice. She did like to talk a lot. So we didn't really like learn anything. And she just had so much on her plate. She was doing way too much on top of coming to the prisons on her own time and trying to teach classes. Uh, there was a rumor that said that she's not going to do like a fall semester just because of her schedule and she's just too busy. Um, but yeah, so we didn't have class like that whole week, which was kind of disappointing because sometimes, even though we knew we had to get searched and it was a pain in the ass, we would rather have gotten searched than be stuck in our dorm dealing with certain guards that we just hate or dealing with the other inmates that we just couldn't stand. And it was summer, it was hot. We just wanted to go into the van with air conditioning for like a 10-minute ride or whatever. That's all we wanted. And when we didn't have class, we wouldn't know actually. Like they were supposed to call the main campus. The instructor was supposed to tell the guardhouse that we are not having class. The guardhouse is supposed to tell the what's it called Little Raleigh Canary, the Canary unit. Miscommunication. We did not know we did not have class. So there was a few days where we went all the way up to the main campus and got sent back. Or we would go all the way up to the main campus, get searched, go down to the classroom, and then find out that we had no class. And we'd have to wait for transport to come back and get us, which was a pain in the ass because sometimes we were sitting there for like an hour or 2 hours doing nothing. So that was an inconvenience and that was a pain in the ass because we had almost nothing to do. We did bring our homework though, and I was one of those who would always do my homework right away so then I could just do nothing the rest of the time. And yeah, so that was that story. The next part is Swannanoa got flooded and flight lifted out. So Swannanoa is one of the female prisons in North Carolina. And if you don't know anything about Swannanoa, it's in Asheville, yeah, where that hurricane came through and just wiped out Asheville. So everybody from Swannanoa had to be flight lifted out of there, which I think took about a week or two to have them actually transfer them out. And they were taking them to Charlotte, which was Anson, or back to our prison system, which is in Raleigh, which is the main prison system where everybody comes through. Well, with that being said, we did not have the room for the entire prison to come back to. Now, this is a very, very small prison. Well, I'm talking about like a very, very small prison. I don't know anything about Swannanoa, so if anybody, you personally, or if you know of anybody who's gone through Swannanoa or was there through the flooding, please comment below. But all I know is that we did not have the room at our prison to hold these prisoners. So I know I mentioned this before that we had to figure things out. They were putting beds in the auditorium, which was illegal, by the way, because we did not have enough bathrooms or a shower in the auditorium. We had one bathroom with like 3 stalls for 60 some girls. Yeah, No. Then they had to when they rearranged the C dorm, which I was in. Um, when they first started bringing people to from Swananoa in the B sides day room, and that was illegal because that was a fire hazard. They had to put some other people in people's day rooms, which was again illegal because that's a fire hazard. Um, we did have people, I don't know where else they put people because some of our dorms were closed due to renovations. So I don't know where they put everybody because by the time that they got everybody back down flight lifted out from Swannanoa, I had already transferred over to the Canary units. So um yeah, that was fun is that we had no room and everything that they were doing was illegal. So yeah. And in the middle of summer where there's not enough fans, there's no air conditioning at all. So you can just imagine females PMS with no air conditioning. Oh yeah, that was fun. And then the last thing I want to talk about is I think let's see, I have my notes. I think that's about it for this week. Yeah, because I already talked about dorms holding too many inmates. There's only so many women's prisons in NC. I can't remember how many prisons, female prisons, are actually in North Carolina. I do know that anybody who gets arrested and is facing prison charges, Raleigh is where you will go. You will. It doesn't matter how many hours away you live. You could live 10 hours away. You will go through Raleigh. That is the main prison unit. It is the first stop, and then you transfer out. Whether you are federal or local, it does not matter. You go through Raleigh. And then if you are facing a federal crime, once you go through Raleigh's reception area, they transfer you out to whatever federal prison you go to. Um, I do know that when Swannanoa did flood, there was a rumor that they were going to shut down one or two of the men's prisons, transfer them to the other men's prisons because they have a lot more men's prisons, and open one of those for females, or at least close down part of the men's prison and then open it up for the females. But they never did. So, um, on that note, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or advice, you guys can list those below. Follow me on my other socials because I do post teasers. And this is a very, very short week. So stay tuned till next week. All right. Bye. If you personally have been or know somebody who has been or is still currently incarcerated in North Carolina Correctional Institution for Women located in Raleigh, North Carolina, and would like to help do something about helping these women out, please like this video, comment below, and share this video. We need to be the voices on the outside to help these females. Please be kind to each other in the comments and stay awesome.